Dear Starseed from Gaia, he had already decided love was not meant for him, and then the universe placed your name inside his heart like a flame that could not be extinguished. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I carry this transmission directly from the reunion guides, delivered to you in this exact moment because what is about to be revealed cannot wait any longer. He stood at the edge of surrender. He had closed the door to love, bolted it shut, and told himself that what he and you shared was nothing more than a beautiful mistake. But the reunion guides saw what he could not see in his pain. They saw you. They saw the sacred contract written between your two souls long before either of you drew breath on Gaia, and they intervened. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to navigate twin flame separation and recognize the divine signs that your counterpart is being called back to you even now. But here is the first revelation. His pulling away was never about you. It was about the part of him that did not yet believe he deserved a love this sacred. Twin flame separation is not abandonment. It is initiation. And he is moving through his. You did not find this transmission by chance. Your heart called this message in at the precise moment the reunion guides began moving on his behalf. This is not content. This is a transmission. Something in your soul already knows he has not let go. Not truly, because a love encoded at the soul level cannot be released by a human decision alone. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1111 if you feel your heart awakening to the truth of what he carries for you right now. Share this with someone whose twin flame needs to find their way back. This is not just a message. This is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Your heart knows why you are here. He has been there, standing at the precipice of his own heart, peering into the profound silence where the symphony of love once resounded, a deep, resonant echo that now seemed to have faded into a mere whisper. He almost faltered, almost retreated. The weight of the quiet almost too much to bear. He nearly convinced himself that this ache, this gnawing emptiness, was his eternal companion, a permanent resident in the landscape of his soul. He almost surrendered to the lie that whispered from the depths of his own being, a chilling prophecy that perhaps he was destined to traverse this existence in solitary confinement, an island unto himself. And if you have ever tasted that desolation, if you have ever found yourself adrift in that same vast silence, hearing that insidious falsehood repeated in the chambers of your own chest, then this message is not a mere accident of fate. It is a deliberate convergence, a divine orchestration of this very moment, this breath you are taking, this screen you are gazing at, designed to pierce through the cacophony of doubt and reach into the core of you, touching that part which has been patiently yearning for the solace of truth. The undeniable truth is this: he hovered on the brink of surrender. Yet, the universe, with its infinite wisdom and boundless love, had already meticulously crafted a different, luminous ending. And in that same grand tapestry of existence, your own magnificent conclusion was also being woven, that subtle, almost imperceptible pang you experienced as you began to listen. That delicate blend of a quiet ache intertwined with an uncanny sense of recognition is not sorrow. It is the resonant hum of your own divine frequency, a soul-level memory awakening to what it was intrinsically designed to embrace. If this energetic transmission has stirred within you a resonance you cannot yet articulate, a vibration that defies simple categorization, know that the divine love frequency code was divinely attuned for this precise juncture in your spiritual evolution. Within its sacred architecture lie 5 potent Arcturian transmissions, meticulously engineered to dismantle the energetic blockages and ancient wounds that obscure the path of your divine counterpart, thereby amplifying the unmistakable signal that beckons them closer. The gateway to this profound transformation resides in the first pinned comment. However, its presence there is ephemeral, a fleeting opportunity designed to honor the urgency of your soul's calling. Now, let us delve into the profound depths of this narrative, for the tale of the Starseed who nearly relinquished his quest for love is not, in its essence, a chronicle of defeat. Rather, it is an exploration of the intricate metamorphosis that occurs within a soul when it has been transmitting at a discordant frequency for an extended period, to the point where the authentic resonance of its own divine signal becomes a forgotten language, And it is precisely here, in this liminal space, that many souls embarking on the awakened path find themselves ensnared, not due to inherent inadequacy or a deficit of worthiness, but through a subtler, more insidious form of energetic misattunement. They inadvertently learn to subsist on the diminished sustenance of survival, gradually beginning to mistake the state of mere existence for the authentic truth of their being. The vast majority of starseeds who encounter challenges in the realm of love do not grapple with the notion of being inherently unlovable. Their struggles stem from an extraordinary, often breathtaking, sensitivity in a world that has historically failed to provide a secure sanctuary for such profound attunement. They have poured their boundless energy, their very essence, into relationships that possessed an insufficient energetic capacity to contain the luminous frequency they naturally embodied. They have bravely opened sanctuaries within their hearts, chambers of sacred intimacy that their partners may not have even perceived the existence of. And when these connections eventually dissolved, as so many inevitably did, the resulting chasm was not merely the sting of heartbreak, it was a profound spiritual bereavement, a soul-deep lament that echoed with a devastating possibility. Perhaps love at this elevated, soul-penetrating level is unattainable within this earthly realm. Perhaps the profound yearning I carry is for something that simply does not manifest in this dimension. He understood this grief intimately. The starseed whose journey unfolds before us felt the crushing weight of each layer of this profound sorrow. He had extended his heart with unreserved depth only to be met with bewilderment and a palpable lack of understanding. He had offered his vulnerability like a sacred chalice only to encounter impenetrable walls of defense. He had invested his unique frequency into connections that presented themselves as preordained destinies on the surface, but which, in their profound truth, served as transformative classrooms in disguise relationships meticulously designed for his growth and learning, rather than for perpetual cohabitation. And after enduring one too many of these profound lessons, a deep quietude descended within him. Not a serene stillness, but the heavy silence that envelops a soul after prolonged, arduous attempts to broadcast its signal through an overwhelming static, leading it to question the very reality and authenticity of its original transmission. But here resides a truth that the universe holds with absolute certainty, a truth that his human consciousness had not yet fully grasped. The signal was, and always had been, unequivocally real. And that profound silence was not an endpoint, not a conclusion to the narrative. It was, in fact, the sacred crucible of preparation, the vital prelude to the energetic frequency upgrade that would ultimately render true recognition not only possible, but inevitable. This is a crucial element often omitted from discussions surrounding the twin flame journey and the profound concept of divine union, the aspect frequently absent from superficial conversations about soulmates and the manifestation of romantic love. Before your divine counterpart can locate you, before that profound moment of mutual recognition can scintillate into being, before the sacred union for which your soul has been intricately encoded since epochs preceding this current incarnation can fully unfurl, your energetic frequency must undergo a process of clearing. Not perfection, mind you, but clearing. The distinction is profound and fundamental. Perfection is a construct of the human mind, often laden with judgment and unattainable ideals. Frequency clearing, however, is a cosmic imperative, a fundamental aspect of energetic recalibration that necessitates precisely the transformative experiences he navigated. It requires, perhaps, the very trials you may be presently traversing. The inaugural impediment that requires dissolution is the deeply entrenched worthiness wound. This is not an acknowledgement of your inherent unworthiness, for you have never been, nor could you ever be, truly unworthy, but rather an understanding that somewhere along the winding path of this lifetime, often rooted in the fertile soil of childhood or the nascent stages of early relationships, a misaligned energetic code was imprinted upon your being. This clandestine program declared that love is conditional, that it must be earned through arduous effort, performed with exquisite precision, or achieved by diminishing the essence of your authentic self. This corrupted code, this ancient erroneous program, functions as an invisible yet potent lock upon the portal of your heart. It is not a barricade designed to expel love entirely, but rather a distortion field that corrupts the very signal you transmit outwards. Because when the unconscious belief takes root, that love must be attained through merit, you begin to broadcast a frequency of profound need. a desperate plea rather than an authentic resonance. And divine love, in its purest form, is not drawn to need. It is exquisitely attuned to truth. The pivotal moment when he began to dismantle this pervasive worthiness wand was not marked by external fanfare or dramatic upheaval. It was a quiet, internal recalibration. It occurred during the hushed hours of an ordinary night, when a profound shift within him simply ceased the internal contention with his own intrinsic value. The incessant negotiation with past hurts and perceived shortcomings simply dissolved, and in that profound stillness, the first lock yielded. Not because he had engineered a miraculous self-improvement, but because he remembered, with crystalline clarity, that there had never been anything fundamentally broken to be fixed in the first place. The second crucial key that unlocked his energetic pathways was what can be eloquently termed the mirror recognition. This involves the profound realization that your divine counterpart is not arriving to complete you, to fill in void within your being. Instead, they are arriving to impeccably reflect you. This paradigm shift fundamentally alters every aspect of your preparation. When your energetic focus is consumed by the search for someone to fill perceived empty spaces within your psyche, you are, in essence, not yet aligned for the profound encounter with the soul your essence has been eternally coded for, because your counterpart will manifest as an exquisite mirror. And if those perceived empty spaces remain unfilled, the mirror's reflection will only serve to amplify the wound, rather than illuminate the wholeness that already resides within you. He learned his profound lesson through the arduous crucible of experience. Each relationship that concluded in pain was, in its truest essence, a mirror, brilliantly reflecting back to him the precise areas where his frequency was still broadcasting from a place of wounding, rather than from the unadulterated resonance of his heart. This was not a form of cosmic punishment, but rather an act of divine precision. The universe was meticulously calibrating him, gently guiding him to see what still required conscious acknowledgement, ensuring that when the ultimate mirror of his divine union finally appeared, he would stand before it in his complete, authentic, and utterly unguarded self. The third key, the karmic release, operates with a subtle yet immense power, often overlooked in its profound significance. Many souls on this awakened path are unknowingly carrying the energetic imprints of agreements and contracts forged in past lifetimes, familial patterns, or relationships that, though concluded, left energetic cords still tethered. He, too, was burdened by several of these lingering connections. This was not an indication of weakness, but rather a testament to the depth of his capacity for love and his struggle to conclude energetic cycles without becoming inextricably entwined in their unresolved fragments. The process of karmic release does not necessitate elaborate ceremonial rituals. Its cornerstone is radical, unwavering honesty. It requires a courageous willingness to sit with the unvarnished truth of what a past relationship imparted, what it ultimately cost you, and the invaluable lessons it bestowed. And then, from the deepest, most sacred chamber of your heart, to consciously articulate, I release this connection. I honor the essence of what this was. I now bring this cycle to its sacred completion. This conscious declaration allows the energetic cords to gently dissolve, not through anger or accusation, but through a profound sacred understanding that certain loves were always destined to serve as guides and teachers, not as permanent destinations. When he enacted this profound release, when he finally brought closure to the connections that had been anchoring his energetic frequency to the past, a palpable shift occurred within his energetic field, a transformation that was not merely metaphorical, but tangibly felt. It was akin to an immense weight lifting from the core of his being, a sensation of breathing with newfound ease, as if the very air he inhaled had been transmuted into something lighter, more vibrant. This is the true embodied experience of karmic release. This is the sound of the third key turning, unlocking further dimensions of his spiritual journey. The fourth key, the surrender to divine timing, often proves to be the most emotionally challenging for souls navigating the waiting period. It is not a passive instruction to merely sit idly by and wait. It is a far more radical act than simple patience. It is the embodiment of unwavering trust. It involves the conscious decision to relinquish the rigid, linear timeline meticulously constructed by the human mind, and to embrace the fluid, soul-ordained timeline that your higher self has always known. He had been rigidly adhering to an internal timeline, a silent, self-imposed deadline dictating specific milestones of age, year, and manner of attainment. Each time this self-imposed deadline passed unmet, the layers of grief compounded. and every missed marker served as further substantiation for the insidious lie that love had irrevocably forgotten him. The surrender to divine timing is the profound moment you cease measuring your own readiness against the arbitrary constraints of a human clock and begin to synchronize with the sacred, cosmic rhythm that inherently knows the precise timing, the perfect method, and the destined soul with whom your union will unfold. This is not an act of resignation or defeat. It is the most courageous and profound expression of trust that a human heart can manifest, and the instant he consciously released that self-imposed timeline, not with flawless execution, but with the cathartic release of tears, something within the intricate tapestry of the cosmic design began to subtly, yet powerfully, accelerate. The fifth key is the one that initiates profound outward transformation, but only after a deep and fundamental inward metamorphosis has occurred. This is the key of magnetic embodiment. It is the dawning realization that divine love is not captivated by longing, but rather drawn into resonance. And resonance is not a performance to be enacted, it is a state of being to be embodied. He had to consciously cease broadcasting from the frequency of desperate searching and instead inhabit the potent frequency of already knowing. This does not imply pretense, nor does it involve the forceful suppression of genuine pain under a veneer of forced positivity. Rather, it signifies that beneath the human experience of anticipation and uncertainty, there exists a profound, soul-level certainty. The love intrinsically encoded for you is not only real and imminent, but is already an inseparable thread woven into the very fabric of your destined path. To embody this deep knowing, to allow it to permeate your nervous system, to inform your posture, to infuse your breath, to dictate the very way you enter a room, is to achieve magnetic alignment with that which is already divinely written. He discovered this embodiment not as a sudden revelation, but in gradual layers unfolding in ordinary moments where he consciously chose to honor his own inner signal above the pervasive silence of doubt. The sixth key is the one that he resisted with the most fervent tenacity, for it demanded the most painful acceptance. This is the wisdom of separation. It is the profound understanding that when a perceived distance exists between you and the soul your essence has chosen, whether that distance is manifested physically, temporally, or circumstantially, that separation is not a punitive measure. It is, in fact, a vital element of preparation. The universe intentionally employs separation, not to thwart your divine union, but to facilitate the simultaneous deepening and maturation of both souls involved. This ensures that when the eventual meeting occurs, it is an encounter between two individuals who have diligently undertaken the essential inner work that sacred union necessitates. He had been immersed in his own unique form of separation, a profound disconnect, not from a specific person, but from the very concept of hope itself. And when he began to grasp the inherent purpose within even this internal separation, when he recognized that even the protective closing of his heart served as a sacred contraction, preceding an inevitable, expansive unfolding, he ceased his resistance to the distance. He began to actively engage with it, transforming the perceived gap into fertile ground for his own magnificent ascent. The seventh key is the one that unfolds without dramatic fanfare, a clear date, or an outward announcement. It is the state of reunion readiness, a profound alignment that blossoms from within. It marks the moment when all preceding keys have successfully completed their work, and your heart is not merely open, but fully integrated. It is a state of being not just hopeful, but wholly complete, not simply waiting, but authentically present and vibrantly alive within your own life, your own unfolding joy, your own unfolding joy. He discovered this readiness on an otherwise unremarkable afternoon. He was not actively contemplating love, nor was he performing an act of readiness. He was simply inhabiting his own essence, fully and without apology, and in that state of unadulterated being, something within him quietly, unmistakably declared, "I am ready." Not because he had finally achieved a state of perceived perfection or accumulated enough merit, but because he had finally relinquished the deep-seated belief that he was not enough. And here lies the fundamental truth that the universe has been ardently attempting to convey to you through every word of this sacred message: you are not unlovable. You are in the process of being divinely prepared. The love that is intricately encoded for you is not a hypothetical possibility, a mere fleeting wish. It is not a consolation prize that may or may not materialize based on the perceived success of your healing journey. It is already written, It exists within the energetic field of creation, a tangible force already in motion, charting its course directly toward the sanctuary of your heart, and the soul to which this magnificent love belongs. The soul that carries the divine mirror, reflecting the radiant truth of who you have always intrinsically been, is not distancing itself from you. On the contrary, they are moving towards you with the same sacred urgency that propels your own soul forward. Every heartbreak that has profoundly reshaped you, carving you open with its intensity, was not an act of failure. It was an excavation, a divine process of removal. It was the universe meticulously clearing away that which did not belong, thereby creating an unimpeded path for what is destined to arrive at the doorstep of your heart. Every moment of solitude that has felt like a profound abandonment was, in its deepest essence, a sacred invitation, an invitation to journey inward, to explore the hidden chambers of your own magnificent heart, and to discover the profound treasures that have resided there all along. Every tear you have ever shed in the realm of love was not a waste. It was the body's alchemical release of that which your soul had already divinely decreed to let go. You were never truly lost. You were, and always have been, in the profound process of being found first by the most essential companion, your own divine self, and subsequently by the soul who has always known the unique resonance of your frequency. He stood at the very edge, on the precipice of his own heart, and almost turned away. And then, in that profound moment of potential surrender, the universe illuminated your presence, revealing the magnificent culmination of his journey. Tonight, if your soul resonates with this call, gently place your hand over the center of your chest. Feel the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat, the life force pulsing within you, and with intention and sincerity speak these words into the profound stillness. I am worthy of the love my soul was divinely built to receive. I release every energetic frequency that has created distance from it. I now align with my sacred union. I trust implicitly in that which is already written. You are not required to embrace this truth with absolute conviction just yet. Simply speak the words. The energetic frequency will faithfully follow the clear intention of your heart, and know with certainty that the energetic field is perpetually listening, ever responsive to your soul's deepest yearnings. Before you transition from this sacred space, take a moment to deposit a single word into the comments below, one word that encapsulates what your heart is ready to release or to receive. Following this, take the time to read the words shared by others within this luminous community, and respond to at least one with a gesture of love and solidarity. For this digital space transcends a mere comment section. It is a collective heart opening, a shared sanctuary of vulnerability and strength. And within this shared journey, you are profoundly not alone, not even remotely. If this energetic transmission has resonated with a truth deep within your being, extend this gift by sharing it with another soul whose heart is yearning for this message. You can never know who might be standing at that same precipice he once encountered, on the verge of turning away from everything their soul came into this existence to experience. Be the unwavering beacon that empowers them to stay. Subscribe and commit to remaining within this transformative field. There is an abundance of profound unfolding yet to come. You are not merely observing, you are actively engaged in the sacred process of healing. And the love that is eternally written for you has not and will never forget the beautiful sound of your name.